Hey guys, so today it's a hot one again. We are at 29 degrees, so I thought I would just pop down to see Brook again at midday to cool him off a little bit, give him a bucket wash. I would normally take him up to have a shower, but because of his feet, they were a little bit sore. They're not too bad in the field now. I don't want to just risk taking him on the stones because it's quite a trek up to the barn, so I'm just giving him a wash here, and then after this I'm gonna feed him some hay. You can see he is at liberty, so he can walk off if he really wants to. I'm just trying to give him lots of treats, lots of high reinforcements with the treats there, so that he stays and can have a bit of a cool down.
Good boy. Oh, good boy. Yes, good boy. Well done. Good boy. That is super duper.
I realised I was using the cloth that I use for his hoof clay, actually, so I just gave it a quick rinse off so that I'm not wiping hoof clay remnants on him. It's quite a nice smell, actually. It's like eucalyptus, but yeah, I'm just giving the cloth a good wash and then I get some fresh water.
Hey, boy. Don't do that. That's naughty.
I'm having to use the trough water, which isn't as cool as I'd like it to be, but I'm sure it does help a little bit, so it's better than nothing.
Yes. Good boy. Well done. Good. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Touch. Yes. Good boy. Stand. Hey, touch. Good boy. Well done. Good boy. Good boy. Well done. Can you touch? Yes, good boy.
I'm using my hand as a target and I'm getting Brook to touch the target first before I put the sponge over his body, so that him touching the target is telling me he's accepting of what I'm about to do, and he basically is giving permission even though he doesn't really like it. You can see he does kind of back away still, but rather than me just going in there with the sponge, not giving him any choice, it's kind of like my way of saying to him, touch the target and then I can continue. He is a little bit preoccupied here because there's a lot of noise, or there's something goes on behind the hedge. I think there might be a golf course behind the hedge, which he's always hearing noises. So he is a bit preoccupied. There you can see he's stepping back, so he's kind of telling me I don't really like it. But he is at liberty. If he really didn't like it, he could leave. But he's not leaving. He's coming to me, touching the target. Yes, he doesn't really like it when I put the sponge over. But there he's stood still, eating his treat. So it's not too bad, really. It's quite good. I'm really pleased with him.
Well done. Good boy. Can you touch? Good boy.
I don't think he's ever been so clean. He's had a few washes in the past couple of weeks just because it's been so hot. He's had 2 washes in the barn with the hose, and I think this is his 3rd or maybe 4th bed bath, as it were.
Like, oh, you're boiling. Go get some cold water.
I've not used any shampoo or anything today because I basically forgot my bucket and my sponge at the barn, and I figured, well, I've got a sponge in my grooming kit, I've got the empty bowl, I can just use that. So there's no shampoo being used. That's why I'm just happily taking from the water trough, because that feed bowl has just had his feed in anyway.
Good boy. You touch. Good boy. Well done. You touch. Good boy. Touch. Good boy. Come on, outside you. You touch. Touch. Good boy. Well done. Touch. Touch. Good boy. Well done.
So once he had his bath, I decided to do a little bit of work on his body. So I've been looking at the Masterson method, which is basically you work on their meridian lines. I've started on the bladder meridian, and what you're meant to do is start at the tip of the meridian and work down to the end of the meridian, and anywhere that they show tension, and by showing tension I mean, so he could blink, he could flare his nostrils, he could twitch his ears, whatever signs he gives you that he's got tension, you just hold your hand over the place and basically wait for them to release. So what's happening is you're bringing their awareness to that part of their body, which enables them to relax the muscles and release. And the release could be licking, chewing, yawning, relaxing. I then decided just to give him a bit of a traditional massage, I guess it were. As I said, with the Masterson technique, I'm literally so new to it. I've just watched a few videos. I've got the book and the DVD, but it's very, very new. So, yeah, I need to spend a bit more time learning about it, and also need to get Brook into a place where he can kind of concentrate on what's going on, rather than, because he was so focused on the hedge, and look, see, he's always popping his head up to see what's going on. So I figured, well, he's got his hay, I'm just going to give him like a regular massage. You know, I'm sure that'll help. What with his feet being sore previously, he's probably got a few muscle soreness, so I'll just give him a regular massage. If he feels tight anywhere, hopefully he can release a little bit. You know, there's no harm just working your hands over your horse. You don't need to be a professional masseuse, or body worker, should I say. But, you know, you can feel your horse if he feels tight. Like, I think he's a bit tight there because every time I went down, he kind of looked at me as if to say, be careful, you know. But I just worked on it a little bit. I was gentle, just in case it was pain rather than just a bit of uncomfortableness. He walks off here and he actually goes to take a drink. I think I need a massage as well, not just him. There he is, having a drink. It's thirsty work, all this being pampered. This is the good thing about keeping them at liberty. So if I had him on the lead rope, I might not have realised that he wanted to drink. He could have become really fidgety. But because he was at liberty, when he was thirsty, he could go and get a drink, and he's returned. Yes, albeit it's probably returned mostly for the hay. However, he's quite happily standing eating the hay while I massage him. If he was that uncomfortable, you know, he'd move his back end around, he'd possibly walk away. So he's eating from the other side. So he's quite happy for me to be doing what I'm doing, which is a really great bonus of working at liberty. So I would really recommend doing work like this where, you know, it's, if he doesn't want a massage, he doesn't want a massage. I won't give him a massage, but, you know, he's quite accepting of it. So why not do it? It's actually a really good opportunity just to spend time with your horse as well, not asking them for anything. So just being with your horse, putting your hands on their body, feeling where they're tight, etc. And then just not expecting anything in return. It's a real nice bonding situation. So by this point he was completely dry, even his mane was dry, so I decided to give it a little bit of a brush to just make it look pretty, really, no other reason. And again here he went to get some water, which is absolutely fine. He comes back. Here I am just filling up the bucket of water. So in this bucket I put some salt just because it's so hot. I just want him to make sure he's replacing his electrolytes. I always make sure he's got the fresh water as well. I'd never put it in the fresh water. I always use this as extra. So it just really helps make sure they get electrolytes. Plus because it's salty, it does make them drink the fresh water even more, just to stop him getting dehydrated. And then he just finishes the rest of his feed, and then he finishes the hay bag. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.